guys, Nightfall here, and yesterday we got some huge news. The time has come, the countdown has begun, and we are now officially 36 days away from Rainbow Six Siege's Doctor's Curse event. Nah, I'm just kidding. XDefiant Season 2 drops in about a week, and I'm not even going to pull your leg anymore. Let's take a look at the Season 2 faction reveal that Ubisoft posted on YouTube and Twitter, and see what we can pick apart. So luckily for you all, I am not a Ubisoft partner, so I am not under any kind of NDA and I haven't seen anything, so I'm free to speculate all I want. Silver lining to everything, I guess. Though I am going to try to make a push for Ubisoft partner before Season 3 starts, so hopefully we can make that happen, which may mean taking a step back from overly criticizing the game and the dev team, and maybe the smurfing, a tad, we'll see. But the first thing we see in this trailer was it opened up with a church, and I don't think this is really any part of any kind of leaks that we're going to get. I think it's just merely cinematic, and the first few seconds of this just probably doesn't mean a whole lot. It's just introducing the faction, showing their symbol. Now, to be fair, I don't know a whole lot about the Highwaymen or Far Cry because I didn't play it, and I'm not about to go back and do that now. But the Highwaymen comes from Far Cry, and this teaser trailer doesn't tell us everything, but it tells us enough. So let's take a look at the first thing that we should be paying attention to, and it's this part here where it shows us a turret, which this faction will have because that lines up with earlier leaks that we've got almost a month ago. At first thought, a turret could be way too overpowered depending on the damage it does and if it needs to be mounted or not. And in this teaser, it does look to be stationary, but we won't know for sure until we see the full reveal. Immediately after that turret section of the teaser, we see a slow zoom out of what looks to be a saw, but we quickly realize it looks more like a saw blade launcher than anything else. Definitely going to be interesting to see how they work that into the game. Is there just going to be saw blades bouncing around all the time, or is it going to be limited to only a few shots? Who knows? Let me know down in the comments how you think this is going to work. One thing to keep in mind though is that both of these things seem good enough to be an ultra ability, but from what we've seen so far, factions only have one ultra each and two abilities to pick from. So it does look like the turret will be one of the two abilities and not the ultra, which will more than likely be the saw blade launcher that we just saw. So that just leaves one ability left to decipher, and just prior to the turret being shown, we do get a quick glimpse of what looks to be some sort of a pistol, a flintlock pistol or something. I'm not sure what that is, but other than that, we don't really get much more except it shooting a bullet that says kill on it. So is it possible that they get an ability that gives them a pistol that's a one-shot kill? There would obviously be a little more to it than that, but who knows? Again, won't know until the full reveal, so we'll have to wait and find out. The one thing the Highwaymen do have that was not really shown here at all is attack dogs, so I wonder if they'll make an appearance in this game as like a passive ability or something. Would be really strange to see, as we haven't seen any kind of dogs in an FPS like this since one of the older Call of Duty games. And I personally hope they don't come into this game because I love dogs and I'd hate to have to shoot at them in game. So that's about all we got from this short 1 minute or so trailer that they gave us, and also a little more backstory I was able to dig up on this faction that might help you figure out what sort of a passive ability that they might be getting. They operate in a post-apocalyptic type of world as a gang of marauders with chapters all over. But let me know what you think about all of that in the comments. And throughout the week, we've also been getting snippets of other stuff here and there. and I definitely think those are worth a mention. The official XDefiant Twitter account posted this tweet stating that they're updating the ranked map voting so that each option is a different game mode. For those of you that stay far away from ranked, currently when voting screen comes up, it's usually either the same game mode on 2 different maps, or if it's a linear style map, sometimes it'll be the same map and just either zone control or escort. And the worst feeling is playing ranked and trying to get away from capture the flag, so everyone chooses random, and guess what? It's still just capture the flag. So really glad to see that coming in, as I would literally rather play anything else besides capture the flag and ranked. Then we also got this tweet from Mark Rubin about 5 days ago, and I know I'm super late on this, but I figured better late than never to talk about it. We did get some news on phantoms and snipers, and I wanted to provide my typical Nightfall L take on this. So the snipers will be reverting back to the previous patch where the sniper flinch was still there, but not quite as bad as it is now. They have told us that there's still a lot of work to be done on what the end product of that's going to look like, but this should be a temporary fix, if you want to call it that, and potentially could make sniping fun again, just maybe not for the people being sniped. Now let's talk about the phantoms. Phantoms have been a hot topic of discussion, and people have been calling for them to be nerfed since the game was launched, and they've received some previous tweaks and nerfs, but nothing to ever really address the one thing that's been annoying most players for some time now: the 20 extra health. This is a constant topic that gets brought up at least once a day from what I can see, and I can't tell you how many times I've died to a phantom that I got to 20 health or less. And so the fix to this is they're going to bring it down to 115 HP instead of 120. Now Mark's tweet states that it doesn't change much on ARs and is a lot more helpful when running an SMG, but the one AR that comes to mind is the M16. If you have a heavy barrel on this gun, currently kills most factions except the GSK due to their stupid ballistic helmet that they have for a passive ability, and of course the Phantom, as they would just barely scrape by, unless you were to use a cleaner. But that aside, with this new reduction, one burst of an M16 with a heavy barrel will drop them if all are headshots. But let's take a quick look at the SMGs for a moment, just to see what sort of edge they're going to be gaining once the Phantom's HP gets reduced. I've broken down the damage and ranges along with the headshot multiplier damages at the same ranges, and everywhere you see green is the damages and distance that will take less bullets to kill a Phantom post nerf. Everything else in red is no change. So when it comes to SMGs, there really isn't much change at all, and just for good measure to compare, because he said it's not really an AR thing, it's more of an SMG thing, let's take a look at the assault rifles and see what, if anything, has changed there, and we can see it's almost similar. In fact, the ARs have one less thing that's going to be different from the SMGs. So is this a significant enough nerf? Is this going to stop people from complaining about Phantoms like they were with the Echelon faction? I don't really think so, as almost nothing really changes here. I think they should drop the health down to 110, but the reduction in health isn't all they did. They actually gave Phantoms a 5% reduction in movement speed, as well as made their health regen start a whole second later than other factions. It just seems like they went and nerfed the wrong things with this one, and again tried to appease everyone, and we all know by now that that's just not possible. Give them back the movement speed and the health regen, and just make the health 110. Something to keep in mind is, with these changes, it was stated that they won't be in effect until after the Season 2 launch, which means we're going to have to wait a little bit later than September 25th to see these changes go into effect. The full Season 2 reveal will be this Wednesday, September 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That may or may not be a double video day for me, and I can't wait to see what else they have in store for us this season. Let me know what you guys are hoping for with the Season 2 reveal. Are you waiting for private matches? Are you looking for more ranked fixes? What's going to get you the most hyped for Season 2 and get you to come back to the game? And also, I almost forgot, so I know you did too. Here's your daily reminder to log in, get your rewards. Today we get 100 X coins, so you definitely don't want to miss this one. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and I'll catch you guys in the next upload.